Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to cut right through all the hype to figure out which fitness supplements are actually worth your money and which ones might be a risk to your health. So, have you ever walked into a supplement store or scrolled online and just felt completely overwhelmed? Yeah, today we're navigating that crowded, confusing world. We're going to separate the real science from the sales pitch to find out what actually works and what you absolutely need to look out for. To make sense of it all, we're going to frame our journey as a climb up a supplement pyramid. We'll start at the bottom with the non-negotiable stuff, then move up through the tiers that are backed by evidence, and finish at the top with the critical risks you need to understand to make a smart choice. Let's get into it. To say this industry is massive is, well, it's an understatement. Just look at the market for herbal medicines alone. It was valued at over $150 billion back in 2021, and it's projected to more than double by 2029. That's a ton of products, a ton of promises, and you guessed it, a ton of potential confusion. Okay, before we even think about a single pill or powder, we have to build our pyramid on solid ground. This is the part that those flashy marketing campaigns often conveniently forget to mention. Let's be perfectly clear. No supplement can make up for a bad diet or skipping your workouts. It just can't happen. Think of it this way. Intense training and good nutrition, that's the engine of your car. Supplements, at their very best, are like high-octane fuel. They can't replace that engine. You know, this quote from the British Dietetic Association just nails it. The principle is food first, meaning your nutrition should come from whole foods. But that doesn't mean food only. Supplements can sometimes play a very strategic supporting role. Okay, foundation is set. Let's move up to the first tier of our pyramid. This is where we find the most reliable performers, the supplements that have been studied again and again and have consistently shown real, measurable benefits. What's pretty amazing here is how simple this is. After decades of research and countless products hitting the market, two supplements consistently rise to the top for muscle growth and performance: protein and creatine. The evidence for these is about as solid as it gets in the world of sports nutrition. But even with something as simple as protein, a little strategy goes a long way. Whey is your fast-acting option. It's perfect for right after your workout to kickstart that muscle repair process. Casein, on the other hand, is the slow and steady worker. It digests over hours, making it an awesome choice right before bed to fuel recovery while you sleep. And then you've got creatine. It's one of the most studied supplements on the planet. I mean, we're talking about huge studies covering thousands of people that all confirm when you combine creatine with resistance training, you see real increases in muscle mass, strength, and power. It works by helping your muscles produce energy during those tough sets. All right, climbing up to the next level of the pyramid. This is where things get a bit more nuanced. These are the supplements that might offer benefits, but their effectiveness really depends on your specific goals, your diet, and your training style. You see branched-chain amino acids, or BCAAs, everywhere, right? People sipping them all day. But what's the science say? Well, one massive review called the evidence incredibly unclear. The general consensus is this: if you're already getting enough high-quality protein from food and whey shakes, which are packed with BCAAs, then taking extra is probably unnecessary. Now, beta-alanine is a really interesting one. It helps your muscles fight that burning sensation during intense exercise by buffering acid buildup. This makes it super effective for high-intensity stuff that lasts between 1 and 4 minutes. Think high-rep sets or intense cycling. But, and this is the crucial part, the research doesn't really support it for general strength or muscle gain. Its benefit is very specific. And this brings us to the most critical part of our climb, the very top of the pyramid. This is where we have to talk about the reality of the supplement industry and the very real risks that come with it. This is a fact that shocks a lot of people. In the United States, supplements are regulated as food, not as drugs. Because of a law passed back in 1994, companies don't have to prove their products are safe or effective to the FDA before they sell them. The FDA can only act after a product on the market is proven to be unsafe. For any athlete listening, this is one of the most important principles to understand: strict liability. It means you and you alone are responsible for what's in your body. An excuse like, "Oh, I didn't know it was in my supplement," is not a valid defense in an anti-doping case, period. So how real is that risk of contamination? Well, studies suggest that somewhere between 6 and 19% of positive doping tests might be due to contaminated supplements. That could put an athlete's entire career in jeopardy without them even knowing it. This quote, "This is powerful," it comes directly from an athlete who is sanctioned after using a product from a trusted source. It's just a stark reminder that contamination can happen anywhere, even with companies that have good intentions. Okay, so that all sounds pretty scary, I know. But it doesn't mean all supplements are off limits. It just means you need to be incredibly smart and methodical about it. So, how can you navigate this landscape and build a safer, smarter stack? You can use this 4-step process as your guide. It takes you logically from the big picture, do I even need this, all the way down to the specifics of product safety. It forces you to justify your choices with evidence and prioritize your health. That final, and you could argue most important step, is looking for third-party certification. Programs like Inform Sport and NSF Certified for Sport test supplement batches for a huge range of banned substances. Now, it's not a 100% guarantee, but it significantly reduces your risk of contamination and shows a company is serious about quality and safety. And once you've chosen a proven, tested supplement like protein, using it smartly is key. For example, timing matters. This chart shows the anabolic window. Your body's ability to use protein for repair is highest right after a workout. So this is how a smart choice can lead to even better results. And that brings us right back to our pyramid. Always remember that foundation. Consistent training and a well-planned diet will account for the vast, vast majority of your results. Supplements are exactly what their name says. They supplement that foundation. They don't build it for you. So, ultimately, the decision is yours. You have to weigh the potential, evidence-based benefits against the very real risks. But by following the framework we've talked about today, you can move away from all the marketing hype and make a truly informed choice.